Alright guys, what's up? Devin back here, Limiter Boys, with another video. So, before I kind of get into what's going on today, I just wanted to have a little side note about the Derby ordeal. So, pretty much, the Derby was a success, wasn't a success. I guess, for some of us it was, some of us it wasn't. My car ended up, after my first race, started knocking really bad. It had crazy rod knock. And I ended up skipping my second race and doing the big final race, and which is the endurance race, the 50 lap race. Well, I didn't make it very far in the endurance race. I had made it a half a lap and the car exploded. James made it pretty decently far. Javon, he got in a really bad accident. I'll put that clip in here. Alex is the only one who made it all the way through, and he made it through in the Crown Vic, so that checks out. Our buddy Kobe, he messed up the Beretta. Rear axle got bent, and he was just hitting it with a sledgehammer before the endurance race, trying to get it back, and he made it a decent amount of the way through. Our buddy Bryce made it through a couple laps until he got hit pretty hard, and he was like, that hurt, I'm done. And pretty much he got smoked though, and got pushed off of the track into the ditch, and his car wouldn't start back up. But we made those two or three videos, and it was good. I mean, I still kind of have a full video I can put out, but I probably won't. We ended up just enjoying the moment and not really recording as much, which might be stupid on our end, but whatever, it doesn't matter. We were just having fun. But yeah, we got all the cars painted. They all look sick. And yeah, it was a pretty fun day. But anyways, so for today's video, the RSX, the car that I started this channel for, that has been sitting for months now, essentially, I have had that car boosted for about 3 years now. I haven't put that many miles on it. It was a hood dump car, and it was obnoxious to drive. And then I ended up putting a full exhaust on it, and I drove that around for 2 weeks straight after I did that, and then the car just shit the bed. I mean, just straight up shit the bed. Now, by shit the bed, I mean it was a fueling issue, and it didn't act like what the problem was, essentially. The car was acting like there was something major fuel-related going wrong. So I trailed the car back home. I didn't touch it for I don't know, 10 months maybe. It broke down in May. I didn't drive it. I didn't do anything to it till December or January. Bad on my part. I just kind of had to take a step back from it. But essentially, it ended up just being a fuel pump. Fast forward to today, or a couple months ago, I put a new pump in it. I put the same exact pump back in it. And you have to modify the RSX hanger basket to fit a bigger pump. And we did that, and it worked great. And then when I put the new pump in, I did some sort of install error on my end, and it pissed me off. So the car would start and idle, but any type of load, minimal load, it would lean out very bad. So I just gave up, and I let it sit again. And so finally, guy that tunes my car, Kyle Handy, I posted something the other day and was like, somebody please come fix this thing. I'm very lazy, and I'm stumped. I don't know where to look anymore. But I had kind of an idea, but I genuinely think I just didn't want to take that pump back out and mess with it again. So he hit me up, and he was like, bring me the car. He works at a shop now, a performance shop. I was like, okay, cool. So I brought it to him, and he fixed it. But the car is going on the dyno today. Now, it did not have a dyno tune before. It had a street tune. So we just drove around and logged some information, and he adjusted parameters from there. The car's great. Now we actually get to see what type of numbers the car makes. So either my heart's going to get broken today, and it's going to not make as much as I think it is, or it's going to make a decent amount. But yeah, I'm super excited. Hopefully everything goes great. He said the car seems very healthy still. But yeah, essentially, that's what we're doing today. So enjoy. All right, everybody. It's been a couple days since the car went on the dyno. Everything went great on the dyno, but as soon as I got it home, something catastrophically failed. Now, what is that? I assume the clutch catastrophically failed, and by catastrophically, I mean it exploded. I don't think it just went out. I think something came loose, and it just gave up. It's a stage 3 comp. I've always heard bad things about comp. Everybody gave me a hard time when I got a comp clutch. Anyways, came off the dyno. Car made, the car made ballpark what I thought it was probably going to make. I wasn't disappointed because the car feels like a rocket. It only weighs 2,600 pounds. But it's okay because, some point this year, I'm going to go, name brand turbo, big injectors, big pump, E85 or flex fuel. Anyways, I was driving it home. I never was like beating on it or anything. Like I tipped into it a couple times in second and third and fourth, tipping into it. And I mean, I did like a 2 to 3 or 3 to 4, nothing heavy, nothing like slamming it in a gear or, nothing crazy. Just kind of just riding around, seeing how it feels. Cause it made more power on the dyno than it did on the street tune. So I can obviously tell a difference. But, just cruising home, making a little bit of racket, nothing crazy. I pull it back home, and as soon as I pull into my neighborhood, I like tip into it in second. Nothing like flooring it or none of that. Just like kind of just slowly tipping into it. Just to open the gate a little bit, let off, and the blowout valve goes off. Well, as soon as I pull in to stop, it is making a horrendous clunking sound, which I will show now.
All right. This is good.
And I don't know what it is. I assume from my experience with cars, obviously, I think the clutch exploded. It just catastrophically failed. Like there was no just like it burning up and none of that. I think something came undone and is loose in there, and it's not fully disengaging or engaging, or not fully disengaging. Um, so I think something's like stuck together, or something stuck to something, and then another thing fell apart. I don't know. I got a comp stage 3 in it. It ain't got hardly any miles on it. I think it's got like maybe 700 miles. Everybody told me when I got that comp clutch, they were like, don't get those. They grenade themselves. They don't last that long. I know some people have had good luck with them. I was having good luck. I never really beat on the car. I hardly ever drove the car for 3 years because hood dump, and it was just a chore to drive, and you stunk when you drove it. And yeah, I don't know. I just pulled up, did that, and eventually it wouldn't let me go anywhere. So it goes in all the gears smooth. It doesn't grind or anything. Nothing with the car on doesn't grind or anything. It just makes that crazy noise, which for me researching and making sure it's possibly something wrong with the clutch, which what I've read online, it does say that it could be the clutch. Like it sounds like a clutch, but then there's other things that I'm reading that are like the input shaft exploded, or the input shaft bearing went bad, and all this other stuff. But I jacked the car up yesterday, so I'll show you real quick. So I jacked the car up yesterday. Oh, there's my new motorcycle, by the way. I traded the 540 for this. But yeah, jacked it up yesterday. I drained all of the fluid out of the trans just to make sure no gears went or anything. Well, this is the fluid, and there was no metal shavings anywhere. I mean, it looked brand new when it came out. The bottom of this bucket's dirty, so it's been sitting here. I mean, you got like a smidge of glitter in there, but I mean, that's what happens when you drain a diff or drain a manual transmission. There's going to be a little bit of minute shavings in there. What I was reading was if the input shaft failed, or if any of the gears failed, for one, it's not going to go in a gear. And two, there will be like a clump of like that metallic paste on the drain plug, which there was none. And then like all the fluid would have like metal shavings in it, like really bad, and you could see it, which there wasn't any of that. So that's why I'm like on the clutch end maybe. But I ordered a Clutch Masters clutch that Christian recommended me, and he said that he had it in his EP3 that made about the same power as this car does, and he said he beat the crap out of it and it did fine. So I'm gonna put it in the car, let Christian do it. If worst comes to worst, if it is something internal, Christian said he would break apart the casing for me, and he would fix whatever was wrong with. Obviously, like I get the parts, he'll fix it for me, whatever. Because I've never cracked open a manual trans. I've never done any of that. So any like internal transmission work, I'm not too fond on. But he is, because he had a PPG set and a K-Series trans. But yeah, so there's where she sits now. I'm really bummed. But yeah, so essentially, just take it to Christian next week. I might make a little video on it. I don't know. I think I should. I should just make a little video. Just if we crack the case open, if we have to, we can, show a little bit of it, But yeah, so that's where she stands. Hold on. That's where she sits now. So I've been riding my motorcycle. I was gonna drive this to work this week. I just got off of work like 30 minutes ago, and I was like, I need to finish this video. So this is the end of it. I'm hoping this is a little shorter. It's not very long, but yeah. So I will see you on the next one, and y'all have a good day.